Biological systems, whether single cells, neural networks, or entire ecosystems, often seem to balance between two extremes, rigid order and uncontrollable chaos. But why do living systems seem to prefer this precarious zone in between? Could it be that life thrives on the edge of chaos? Let us start by asking, what does it mean to be on the edge of chaos? In systems theory, the edge of chaos is a term used to describe a state that lies between complete order, like a crystal or a clock, and total randomness, like gas particles in a vacuum. At this boundary, systems are neither frozen nor chaotic, but capable of complex, adaptive, and creative behavior. This is where novelty emerges, where patterns form adapt and evolve. So why would biology choose to operate here? To survive, an organism needs stability. Its cells must hold together, its heart must beat rhythmically, its genes must be expressed in reliable ways. But it also needs flexibility to adapt to changes, learn from experiences, and evolve in new environments. Pure order cannot adapt, pure chaos cannot survive. But the edge of chaos offers just enough unpredictability to allow creativity, while still maintaining coherence. Take the brain, for example. Neurons do not fire in perfect synchrony, which would be epilepsy, nor do they fire at random, which would be noise. Instead, they form waves, bursts, and patterns. Self-organized networks that shift dynamically as we learn, perceive, or imagine. Studies in computational neuroscience suggest that cognitive systems perform best when they hover between stability and instability, a hallmark of edge of chaos dynamics. Another example is gene regulation. In the early embryo, cells are genetically identical, but somehow they diversify into skin, bone, neurons, and blood. How? Gene networks oscillate, switch, and interact in feedback loops that resemble a dynamical system on the brink of bifurcation, where a small change can push a cell toward a completely different fate. This sensitivity is a signature of chaotic systems. But in biology, it is tamed chaos, guided by evolutionary constraints and biochemical scaffolding. You might ask, can we model this? Yes. In theoretical biology and artificial life simulations, systems like cellular automata, Boolean networks, and genetic algorithms show that the most interesting behaviors, adaptation, memory, learning, emerge not from rigid or random rules, but from rules that walk the tightrope between the two. Stuart Kauffman, a pioneer in this field, proposed that evolution naturally selects systems that live on this edge because they are the most robust and evolvable. But how does this work in molecular terms? Let's consider proteins. A protein's function depends on its shape, and its shape depends on the balance of forces within its structure. Too rigid, and it cannot interact or change conformation. Too floppy, and it falls apart. The functional state of many enzymes appears to lie at a critical point, flexible enough to respond to signals, but structured enough to carry out precise chemistry. Again, life dances on the edge. In ecosystems, too, we see edge of chaos behavior. Predator-prey dynamics, food webs, and species interactions often reach self-organized criticality, a term borrowed from physics to describe systems that hover near a tipping point. Small perturbations, a drought, a mutation, a new predator, can lead to cascading effects, but not necessarily collapse. These systems adapt and reconfigure, displaying resilience without rigidity. Here is a provocative question. Could the edge of chaos be a fundamental principle of life as universal as natural selection or entropy? Some scientists think so. Complexity theorists propose that the edge of chaos regime is where evolution itself is most productive, where mutations lead to new solutions, not just failure. Life may have emerged and persisted precisely because chemistry, when driven by energy and replication, self-organizes into this regime. So next time you observe a leaf fluttering in the breeze, a heartbeat, or a fish darting through water, consider this. What you are witnessing is not just a reaction, but a finely tuned dynamical balance, crafted by billions of years of evolution to exist between collapse and crystallization. Would you like to explore mathematical models used to study edge of chaos systems? or real-world measurements from neuroscience and cell biology that reveal this delicate balance. The edge of chaos refers to a transition zone between complete order and total randomness, where complex adaptive systems show maximal computational capability. At this boundary, systems are stable enough to store and transmit information, but dynamic enough to adapt and evolve. Biological systems often exhibit behavior that lies precisely at this critical point, balancing structure with flexibility. This state allows systems to be both robust and sensitive to inputs, capable of learning, self-organization, and evolution. Mathematical models like cellular automata show that systems near this critical point display the richest set of patterns and behaviors. The behavior of the game of life, a cellular automaton, demonstrates how simple rules near the edge of chaos generate complex, lifelike patterns. Like a surfer riding the crest of a wave, a system at the edge of chaos balances between falling into stillness and plunging into turbulence. Gene networks exhibit both stability and adaptability, a duality that is characteristic of the edge of chaos regime. If gene expression were too stable, organisms could not adapt; too unstable, and homeostasis would collapse. Many gene networks have been shown to self-organize into critical states, where small inputs can lead to significant outcomes, such as cell fate changes. Theoretical studies using Boolean networks suggest that evolution may select for systems that hover at this boundary. This allows cells to respond flexibly to environmental changes while maintaining internal coherence. Studies by Stuart Kaufman have shown that Boolean networks modeling gene regulation behave most biologically near the critical regime between order and chaos. Like a thermostat set to constantly adjust just before it overheats or freezes, gene networks self-tune to maintain functionality and responsiveness. Brains appear to operate near criticality, where neuronal firing cascades, called neuronal avalanches, follow power law distributions. At this edge, the brain optimally balances sensitivity to stimuli with information, storage, and transmission. This critical state maximizes dynamic range, memory capacity, and computational efficiency. Empirical evidence from EEG and fMRI studies supports the idea that real brains hover near this critical point. Too little activity leads to comatose states. Too much results in seizures. Brain slice recordings show scale-free bursts of activity, avalanches, that suggest operation near a critical threshold, like a radio tuned to the exact frequency for maximum signal clarity. Too far in either direction, and you only hear static. The immune system must identify a virtually infinite number of potential threats without overreacting to benign signals. To achieve this, it maintains a delicate balance between activation and tolerance, a feature indicative of edge of chaos dynamics. Adaptive immunity involves stochastic processes like VDJ recombination and somatic hypermutation that introduce controlled randomness. Meanwhile, regulatory circuits dampen runaway activation. This combination allows rapid adaptation to new pathogens while preventing autoimmunity. Autoimmune diseases can be seen as a shift away from the edge toward excessive, uncontrolled responses. Like a smoke detector sensitive enough to detect fire, but not so sensitive it is triggered by steam from a kettle, biological development involves the emergence of complex patterns, limbs, organs, tissues, from relatively simple initial conditions. These patterns are not hard-coded but arise through self-organization under genetic and physical rules. Reaction diffusion systems and morphogen gradients show how small perturbations at critical points can lead to symmetry breaking and complex body plans. Development operates near instability, where variation can lead to new traits, allowing evolution to explore novel morphologies. This flexibility is essential for robustness and innovation. Alan Turing's model of morphogenesis demonstrates how simple chemicals diffusing and reacting can create complex biological patterns. Like pouring cream into coffee, swirling it just enough creates beautiful patterns instead of total mixing or separation. Ecosystems also behave like systems at the edge of chaos, where they must resist collapse yet remain flexible enough to adapt to environmental changes. Food webs and trophic cascades rely on interconnected feedback loops and diversity to maintain balance. Critical transitions, e.g., collapse, fishery collapse, occur when small perturbations push the system over a threshold. Operating near this threshold allows for rich dynamics, biodiversity, and ecological memory. However, if pushed too far, ecosystems may irreversibly shift to degraded states. Coral reefs exhibit tipping points. Too much nutrient input or temperature change can cause abrupt regime shifts. Like a tightrope walker balancing over a canyon, one misstep can lead to sudden and dramatic consequences. Evolution explores fitness landscapes that are rugged, with many peaks and valleys representing gene combinations. Populations evolve more efficiently when mutations explore the landscape near the edge of chaos, where variation is neither too high, leading to stagnation. Criticality ensures enough variation for innovation while maintaining viable lineages. This balance facilitates punctuated equilibria and evolutionary bursts following environmental change. Life may have evolved to tune itself to this optimal zone for adaptability. RNA viruses like influenza operate near error thresholds where high mutation rates provide rapid adaptation without lethal loss of function. Like cooking on the edge of boiling, just enough heat to make progress, not enough to destroy the ingredients. Synthetic biology increasingly attempts to engineer biological circuits that mimic the balance found in natural systems. Circuits that are too rigid may fail in fluctuating environments. Those too chaotic lose control. Engineering synthetic networks that operate near criticality enhances their adaptability and reliability. Recent efforts include feedback-controlled oscillators, toggle switches with tunable thresholds, and adaptive microbial consortia. Mimicking edge-of-chaos dynamics allows for innovations in biosensing, drug delivery, and programmable therapeutics. Synthetic oscillators like the represselator display more lifelike behavior when designed to oscillate near critical thresholds, like designing a racing car to drive precisely at the limit of grip. Too slow is safe but ineffective. Too fast and it crashes. The idea that life thrives at the edge of chaos blurs traditional lines between determinism and randomness, suggesting that complexity emerges from criticality. It offers a unifying principle for understanding cognition, adaptation, development, and evolution. This insight aligns with theories in cybernetics, complexity science, and even consciousness studies. Some researchers propose that self-organized criticality is a defining feature of living systems. If true, biology may not just adapt to chaos, it may require it for existence. The theory of self-organized criticality, developed by Bach, Tang, and Weisenfeld, explains why complex patterns like earthquakes, stock markets, and brains show similar statistical properties. Like a jazz improvisation, structured enough to make sense, free enough to surprise,